Man, let's get right into it. What does a cloud architect do? Like, what is that?
Wow, it's kind of all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually, prior to even moving to the cloud space, I was an Oracle consultant.
Okay.
So my focus at the time was, of course, implementations, architecting, ERP, database optimization, integration type work. What kind of led me to that was the journey.
Okay.
So kind of stepping into tech back in '98 with Bell South at the time, which is now AT&T. I started as a developer.
And you was in tech probably before I could spell technology. That's wild. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, tech was different. Tech was pretty much all hardware.
Yeah.
Hardware, storage, of course, databases.
Yeah.
Databases is pretty much what created Microsoft, created Oracle, and companies pretty much built around that.
Yeah.
Client server model. Now it's completely different.
Yes. So how did you end up making the steps to? I mean, cloud architect wasn't even a thing back then because it wasn't a cloud at the time.
It was all data center centric,
Yeah.
on premise. But yeah, architects have been around since the onset.
Yeah.
An architect, you basically, look for solutions. You design solutions, you blueprint, you kind of find ways to innovate and you execute, you deploy.
Okay, so all right, so we have a large audience that's all over the place. There are people that are listening or watching that are other seniors in tech.
Sure.
But then we also have people that are last week they probably just learned what tech is.
Right.
And so for the things you're mentioning about, okay, you creating solutions
right.
and deploying, like what would that look like to them, or I guess explaining that to them?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to look different now because of, CI/CD type life cycles where you're deploying software, you're deploying code.
Yeah.
Back then it was physical, you're...
Yeah, the hardware, they're actually
provisioning.
You're
provisioning physical servers. You're bootstrapping those servers in the data center. You're plugging them into the network switches. You have firewalls. I mean, it's
So basically, anyone who's worked there, like let's say a call center or some company where there's a big room with these big servers
right.
and the computer room type of thing, or the IT room.
Right.
Once upon a time, not that long ago,
IT room.
But once upon a time, that was tech. It was tech. That probably on steroids,
right?
Type of thing.
Flashing lights.
Yeah. So all the little buttons where it's like, okay, all these buttons and cords. What is all of this stuff?
Right.
But something happened where now when people mention tech, usually they're referring to software. So we mentioned hardware, but now usually they're talking about software or SaaS, software as a service.
Sure.
So I really truly don't even know when that transition happened.
Salesforce.
Okay. Oh, that's why Salesforce is such a big dog.
Salesforce was, to me, was the innovator.
Yeah.
When it comes to SaaS. I mean, CRM, which at the time was something that was pretty much owned by Oracle, some of your largest software shops, Microsoft, Dynamics. Salesforce came in and offered a cloud-based CRM solution that every company tapped into.
Okay.
Because in terms of how companies do business, it all starts with the customer.
Yeah.
Which actually starts with the lead, right? So a lead turns into an opportunity turns into a customer. That's the business for Salesforce. And then once a customer buy something, now you have a life cycle.
Yeah.
You kind of manage all of the interactions, what they're buying, what they need, projections, budgets, forecasting, all that.
Man, it's crazy because I know that Salesforce is, I'm not sure if this is still the case, but from what I've heard that they're the number one CRM, I never realized how long they've been in the game.
Right.
As well as just how big of a figure they were in terms of like helping transform the industry.